All right, well, good morning to you. Welcome back. Freezing rain. We also have glaze and ice, of course, and snowfall, possibly getting up to an inch for some locations, mostly along I-94. We're also going to find ourselves getting into this weather winter weather advisory here. You got, like I mentioned before, a glaze of ice. You're also seeing that for most areas, giving way to at least freezing rainfall and maybe some freezing drizzle and some mist out there, some freezing mist, holding on the possibility of slippery conditions in the forecast. That leads to about 8 o'clock this morning before it continues to lift up like it's doing right now. You see that pink, as I mentioned before, was over Eau Claire, and of course now it is kind of tracked northward or kind of mixed out, but we saw at least a possibility of that getting into at least up to bringing up that rainfall, getting us up to at least about 6/100ths of an inch possible for areas by Eau Claire, as well as Black River Falls picked up 0.06 in the forecast there, 6/100ths of an inch there. That continues on. It was over Eau Claire, as I mentioned before. Now it has moved eastward, northward, I should say, getting into Hay River. It was right over there as you get into Trainer, as well as getting up to the north areas by Sand Creek, and then eventually you're seeing this one was also bringing another mix of ice on the way, but it mixed out, turning into snowfall, and we've got some winds coming out of the south, which are light, but they are warmer, and they kind of mix that out for now. Holding on to at least Prairie du Chien, 30 degrees right now, 33 in Eau Claire as we get through the 6 o'clock hour, and eventually by the time we get in the 8 o'clock hour, snowfall continues to lift up to the north there, and everybody else is out of that. It gets up to Ladysmith and tracks out by the 11 o'clock hour, and we're pretty much done with the alerts. Still holding on to those winds, though, coming up from the south and turning as you go right back up to the northwest. And as they do, we're eventually going to see temperature still holding on to that heat, still holding on to the possibility of, again, warmth getting us into the 30s, so well above seasonal averages there for most folks. Then eventually that continues on where we drop down to the 30s once again to 25, though, for Ladysmith as we go in the 7 o'clock hour. Now, one of the models was showing that there could be possibility of that by getting areas by Wisconsin Dells, getting into areas by Richland Center, maybe even Viroqua. By the time we get into the evening hours, there could be a little bit more of that snowfall coming back, but we'll keep an eye on that and make sure that doesn't really occur again and bring a little bit more trouble for a lot of folks in Vernon County. We'll also hold on to the 6 a.m. for tomorrow morning. We have winds out of the northwest, so clearing skies to partly cloudy conditions. We're also going to find ourselves with temperatures in the 30s widespread, getting into your forecast for the 1 o'clock hour, still holding on to those 30s with 27 up there to the north. We'll take a look here what's happening out there as we go right back in how this all shapes up. We'll take a wider view with more rainfall starting to work its way into California, where they're having the Pineapple Express that is moving in. That is pretty much coming out of Honolulu. We also see it up to the north as well, and that continues to work its way across. I'm showing you this why, because there's already moisture already starting to work across into the Intermountain West, and as that does, well, we're going to be seeing more of that rainfall and snowfall possibly as we get back closer into areas right by Saturday, going all the way through the possibility of that continuing to pick up into Sunday, and then possibility of more of that on the way as we finish out going into the new year. We'll also see as we go through the next few days, my friends, holding on to the possibility of this. We'll get into your Christmas holiday, holding on to at least 40-degree heat, drier conditions with cloudier skies, and then after that, Thursday, possibly going into Friday, we could see a little overnight rainfall or snowfall trying to get up along the northern tier, up along I-94. Eventually, we'll see that more so for Friday going into your Saturday morning with a 20% chance of showers on the way. Back to you.